we are set for baseball here this evening.
Tonight for Kansas City, left fielder Alex Gordon.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Lifted the other way out to left center. Grichuk moves over. He's got it one away. A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, Sel Perez is definitely a guy to watch right now. He's really excelled against right-handed pitching this season, hitting over 300 against them coming in. So given the matchup he's faced with here, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him make some noise at the plate.
Standing in, Mike Moustakas. He's hitting just south of 300 in April. Into the windup and the pitch. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And he pushed it just a bit too much. It'll wind up a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Well, he tried to put him away on two pitches low in the zone, and he just wasn't biting. Nice job of hitting.
Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Bounced on the ground and right at the shifted infielders. Throw on to first, two gone.
Batting third, center fielder number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Right there for strike one. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Ed Drummond.
Well, the way I see Ed, he gets a lot of respect for his strike zone. There's not a lot of umpires in the league that have the kind of respect he does. He's consistent. He's got a great zone, and he's well respected across the board.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. And Molina will look this one in, and the inning is over. Jason Hamill gets the ball for the Royals in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, last year he had a very nice season. When you look at the win total, his team's counting on him to do that again. If he does not get within that range of where he was last season, I don't see this team going very far.
Here comes the 0-1. Hot shot on the ground is short. On to first is Escobar, one away. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, Matty, they have to be very happy with Aledmus Diaz right now. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
Here's the pitch. Back up the middle. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
Well, that's a nice base hit right there, but it means more than just a nice base hit. The leadoff guy didn't get going, but now here comes the thunder with a man on base. This is when big innings happen.
Here's Matt Carpenter as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. The 0-1 on its way. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. What a flip for one. On to Hosmer, a double play, and the inning is over. An inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on MLB Network. The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He'll start out the proceedings against Mike Leake as we get the inning underway. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball. And that one stayed too low, apparently. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off, even if you know it's coming. Look, 2-strike slider on the back foot. That's a classic pitch, but he did a nice job of laying off it.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Cardinals. And behind the plate, Yadi Molina. See all that gold? He's wearing it for a reason. He can frame it, he can catch it, he can call the game. He's got great footwork to make the throws. You better be careful if you lead off first base. He'll stray down there and drill you. He'll get you. He will, I'm telling you. He'll pick you off.
Swung on and missed on a pitch at the thumbs. A ball and a strike.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
That's a ball.
Misses. Ball 2.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one without a doubt is gone. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 5 on the year, and the Royals are on the board first. It's 1-0.
No doubt an impressive home run, so we'll employ show track for a more in-depth look. 112 miles an hour was the exit velocity off the bat, so it's no wonder why it ended up having the impressive distance that it did.
And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A sinker over the outside corner for strike 2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Stepping in, Alcides Escobar, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate, as he has not hit the ball well at all in the month of April. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And Carpenter will make the catch to retire the side. Royals get 1 on this swing by Perez. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 1-0 Royals. So striding in, Johnny Peralta. He'll begin things here against Jason Hamill.
Johnny Peralta.
There for it, Escobar. He's got it. And he's set down 1 away.
All right, here's how the Royals will line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And behind the plate, is Salvador Perez. He's one of the bigger catchers in the league. He stands about 6'4", 6'5", and took a lot of foul balls through the years off that face mask in his chest. Even changed how he was catching the ball. But I love him back there. Catch and throw and gun people down.
Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike. Hamill gets the sign. Here's the 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. In order go the Cardinals. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score.
Leading off for the Royals, second baseman.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. Now here's the pitch. This one's down to third. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard. The relay, and he is in there.
So with your pitcher due up next, you can either have him bunt, or you could even think about having him show bunt to draw the corners in and then let him swing away. Depends on how much confidence they have in him with a bat in his hands.
And he'll try and get his man to third here as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection. Striding in once again, Alex Gordon. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And now we'll step off the rubber here and just look him back to third. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1. A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Well, that's 2 strikes at the knees, and now you find yourself 0-2. I tell you, he's throwing the ball so well, you got to set your sights down low and look for any pitch down.
A man at third with 1 away. And this is low, but Molina's able to prevent it from getting away. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2. The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And this will be fouled away. Ready with the 0-1. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. One and one. Here it comes. There's that heavy sinker for strike number 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Now this is what baseball's about. A pitcher and hitter going back and forth. Foul ball, strike, foul ball. I can't wait to see how this ends.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. And he struck him out. So he was forced to make 9 pitches. Coming to the plate now, Jed Jerko. The average in the early season, not pretty for him, hovering in the 220s. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Back up. Oh, no, that got him. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Here's Randall Grichuk. His average coming into this one is just barely over 200. So he'll be looking to turn the page on a slow start here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. I tried to hold back on that pitch outside, but went around for strike one. From the stretch. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one.
That's a great check swing. That's tough to hold up on that pitch. It looks like a fastball, and the slider just breaks away from you. He's held up, though. Strong hands.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Well, that's a good positive step. Got off to a slow start here in April. That's one you build on right there.
Mike Leake.
Into the box now, Mike Leake. Leake squares to bunt, and he gets it down. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out.
The center fielder, number 25. Dexter
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Dexter Fowler, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. That's in there, base hit. And the tying run is in to score from third. It's 1-1.
Well, he comes up with a big RBI single right there, and now we're starting all over. Right where we started, tie ball game.
And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz. A base hit in his first trip. First offering on its way. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. From the belt, the pitch. Runners breaking for the plate. Pitch is a ball. And they'll tag him out after the break from third. And I'm not sure if that was a missed sign or not, but something certainly went wrong there. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line drive to left. And that's in there. Base hit. And they're going to hold that runner at third base, as even with two away, they didn't like their chances there.
Well, you're not going to see that very often. The ball's hit hard, but they held the runner up. With two outs, he's run on contact. But that time, the ball was hit so hard, third base coach could do nothing but hold up the runner.
Stepping in now, Matt Carpenter. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, but that'll be off the right field wall. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Throw won't get him.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Here's Johnny Peralta now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Hamill sets. Here comes the first pitch. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
That's a really nice thing about pitching with the base open. You can work out of the strike zone a little bit more and try to get a guy to chase your pitch just like that one.
And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike two. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. Throw to the plate, and not in time as the run. And he will score from third. A daring move as he scores on what ought to be called a wild pitch. Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is. First pitch on its way.
Center fielder number
and
6.
The first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike one.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
There to play it is Grichuk, and that's the first out.
First baseman number 35.
Digging in for his second at bat, Eric Hosmer. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Little chopper back his way. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the fourth.
The catcher, number 13.
Ready for another chance? Salvador Perez. He went deep in his first at bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Good sinker that time as he gets a piece and chops it foul at home plate. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. Hit on the ground to third. Throw on to Carpenter, gets him, and that ends the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. On now to the back alongside Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac. Matt Vasgersian here as it'll be Yadi Molina to lead things off. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. There to pull it in is Hosmer, and there's your first out. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count, and they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time you got to be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing, but make him work a little bit.
Grounded down the third baseline and past Moustakas down the line. It's a fair ball. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Well, sometimes you make the perfect pitch and you still give up a base hit. That ball's down, and he just scooped it out and drove it through the infield.
Here's Jed Jerko now. He swings and grounds it to short, and no chance there for Escobar. It's a base hit.
Another first pitch hit. Man, they're going up there aggressive, looking for that first pitch fastball. He's struggling right now, and they are feasting.
Here's Randall Grichuk as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now the 0-1. A swing and a miss and a ball down.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Tied him up there as this is softly hit down the line. Escobar on to Hosmer, but it'll come too late to get them both.
Now batting.
In now, Mike Leake. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. And it looks like Joakim Soria is going to start to loosen up in the Kansas City bullpen. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
Couldn't get his hands through there, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Gordon is there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Into the box now, Paulo Orlando. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
The right fielder, number 16. Paulo
this is line to left. Grichuk is right there as he puts it away. No problem for the first out.
The batter, number 2. Shortstop,
Alcides Escobar comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And now a pitch on the way. Chop foul over towards the dugout. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Down the first baseline. Carpenter is there, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting.
And that brings in the speedy Raul Mondesi Jr. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. In there, no balls and a strike. The windup and the 0-1. A tough sinker on the inside corner.
See what happens when you work fast, you stay aggressive, and you come right after guys. Man, you get great results. 2 quick outs, and now he's 0-2 on this hitter.
On the ground to the right side. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. Here comes the first pitch.
Fowler.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Orlando is there, one away.
The batter.
Digging in and looking for more, Aledmys Diaz. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. Popped up, Mondesi trying to get there on to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th.
Now batting.
Here's Matt Carpenter. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Chopped weakly up the first base line, but that one rolls foul.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Down go the Redbirds on a mere 4 pitches. And it's still stepping in and ready for another shot. Jason Hamill. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Started that swing a bit too early. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
I don't know if that was discipline or whether he's just not swinging the bat at all, but hey, at least he's making the pitcher throw a few more pitches.
Got him. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Way out in front.
Well, he's really got good stuff tonight. They're not picking him up at all. That ball, again, out of the zone. He's getting a lot of Ks on that pitch tonight.
And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a 1-out base runner. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but it's a good one.
And here's ball 4 now on the intentional walk, so that'll set up the double play possibility with 1 gone.
Number 6, Lorenzo.
In now is Lorenzo Cain, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Well, the Royals have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
And this is right past Molina and back to the screen. So now 2 men in scoring position. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. Hit back up the middle. Diaz brings it in. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. Action in that KC pen now as a right-hander's begun to loosen up.
Third baseman.
Hands held high by Peralta. Now the pitch. A swing at a miss at the big curveball. The 0-1 on its way. Ripped on the ground to first. Fielded cleanly by Hosmer, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The catcher.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Under it is Cain, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Digging in and looking for more, Stephen Piscotty. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Yeah, Matt, it's incredible to watch him go after guys. He's forcing a lot of early contact, and they haven't done a whole lot with the balls they put in play against him. Back-to-back sliders in on the hands. He didn't handle it real well at all in the previous pitch, so why not come right back with it again? Better job of laying off that one, though.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Now here's the pitch. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And it remains a 3-2 ball game. Salvador Perez will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Grounder down the line at third. Throw bounces up to him at the bag, and he's able to cover up and hang on. Not the most fluid play, but he's out nonetheless. And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Low for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Just caught the inside corner with a sinker. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Another 1-2 delivery. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
The batter, number 2.
Ready once again. Alcides
Escobar.
Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. This is foul for the first strike. And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Throw on to Carpenter gets him, and that ends the inning. KC down in order. Still a 3-2 ball game. Peter Moylan will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Christian Colon is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. And a rather easy first out.
Pitching and batting in the 7th spot. Number 67.
Digging in to try it again. Rendell Grichuk. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Number 24. Christian Colon.
Now a ball hit high in the air and deep down the line in left. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time.
Well, the rain is coming down hard here. It's definitely getting wet out there. Look at the outfielders. Those poor guys, they always get soaked out there in the outfield. All I got to say, though, is I'm glad I'm sitting right here in the booth next to you, Matt, and not down there on the field.
So he gets him swinging on a pitcher's pitch. Rendell Grichuk becomes out number 2 this inning. Colton Wong will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Gordon is there. And that retires the side. Down in order. Kevin Segrist has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Segrist.
Raul Mondesi is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
This guy's motion is so funky. You almost have to take the first pitch and just hope it's going to be a ball. In this case, it was a straight.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Soft liner to the right side, but an easy play there at first as that becomes the first out of the inning.
Shortstop Christian Colon.
Grounded back up the middle. Diaz scoops it up, and they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw. Hold on here, though. You can see the skipper heading out of the dugout now, so that very close safe call might be challenged.
Here's another look at it now. I couldn't really tell when I saw it at full speed, and I'll tell you what, it's still not clear to me from that replay. We'll see if they decide to challenge it after they look at it from a few more angles.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Cardinals are challenging.
Okay, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? You know, I think there is. The shot right there makes it look like the ball beat him to first. Looks like a well-used challenge.
Okay, so it looks like the umpires are wrapping up their decision, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and instead of having a base runner at first, the bases will now be empty. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 delivery. Now a swing and a fly ball. And a big sigh of relief on the mound as that nearly tied it, but this ball is foul.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Those 0-2 curveballs are real.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will. Ready for another chance. Dexter Fowler. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Swing and a liner, but that's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, Matt Carpenter.
A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Kane going back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he'll make it in there with a 2-out double.
Now batting.
Here's Johnny Peralta now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Hard hit ball to second.
Mondesi brings it in.
And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Sun Hwan-Oh comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. Digging in once again, Mike Moustakas. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And this is fouled at the plate.
Well, he fouled that breaking ball off a little bit early. Timing not quite there. Had a fastball to pitch before. He just got out in front of that breaking ball.
And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Here's another 0-2. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit, 1-2. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Into the windup and the pitch. Lorenzo Cain is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike one, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Grounded to third. Throw on to first is going to take care of him as the Royals are now down to their last chance now.
First baseman number 35, Eric.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. The 1-0 delivery. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Mike Leake takes the win on the mound, his second of the year. Sun Hwan Oh records the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, thanking you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Have a great night.